I warned him. I actually asked him before the flight. It's like, hey, you prone to motion sickness? Because it is bumpy as hell out there down low. Hello everybody, I'm taxiing my way on out to the runway. It's a beautiful morning this morning, so I'm going to go pick up my buddy John. John's a guy I met eons ago, more than 20 years ago, when he was still in college, and I was an engineer. We met through the first robotics competition. He's from upstate New York, lived for a while in Texas, and now he lives in Michigan, so I told him on a beautiful day I'd come up and take him flying, so that's what we're going to do. Head out, get to the runway, and then I'm going to be on our way up to Macomb County, Michigan. Go pick him up.
26 Delta Romeo, wind 2409er, right turn out approved, northbound, runway 234, line cliff takeoff. This traffic on the upwind's going to be turning across on Charlie.
Clear for takeoff 23, right turn northbound, Mooney 16 Delta Romeo, I have traffic in sight.
Air track 233, that traffic's on the roll now, runway 23 cleared for the option.
Alright, power's going full.
23 cleared for the option, left traffic on the go, clear track.
Engine instruments are good, airspeed's alive, coming up on 65, and rotate. Off we go. Positive rate, geared up. 90 miles an hour, flaps up.
Time 7 Echo, free exchange for Texas Airport.
So as I mentioned on the ground, John, this guy I'm going to pick up here in Macomb County, I met him as part of the first robotics competition. He was a high school student when I first started this thing, and I met him while he was in college. And then after graduating college, he worked for this company down in Texas that was, they did parts for robotics competitions, but they also did other stuff. If you guys have ever seen the Hexbug, maybe I'll put a picture of it up here. John was the guy that designed the Hexbug. It's a little toy thing. It's kind of cool. And because of the first robotics competition, Michigan, specifically the Detroit area, is the highest concentration of team of any place in the United States. The Detroit area is it, and that's mostly because the automotive industry and all the engineering that goes on around the Detroit area. So because of that, John got to know a lot of guys around this area, myself included. And after a lot of people started moving away from Texas, John, I guess, decided that he knew more people in Michigan than anywhere else in the U.S. So he ended up picking up a job here in the Detroit area, kind of on the north side. And he moved here not quite a year ago. So it's been a while, and I told him, man, one of these days we got to get up and go do some flying, and this is our first actually opportunity to do it, so. Looks like we're about 7 minutes out of the airport that I'm heading to. We'll probably get on the ground. I gotta get some fuel there, and I'm probably gonna go do some putzing around. That'll be it. Probably catch you on the way in the airport. Oh. Gears down. Loading. All right, there's John. We're gonna get some fuel and we'll head back up in the air, I think. See you in a bit. That's Port Huron weather. I figure we'll head up to Port Huron and maybe head up towards the thumb. Just trying to get up here and find some smooth air. Definitely smoothed out a lot, you get above the thermals. Port Huron on our side, Sarnia on the far side. So I'm a huge fan of the band Rush. One time, I was working at GM at the time, so it was 2010. They were playing at this outdoor festival thing in Sarnia on the other side of the bridge, kind of over by the river. And we were going to the concert, and their drummer, who's one of my favorite people in the history of the world, and one of the best drummers of all time. The guy's incredible. He likes to go from show to show by riding his motorcycle just for something fun to do. He's written a handful of books, most of them, not all of them, but a lot of them have to do with motorcycle travels and stuff like that, and he has pictures, so I kind of know what he maintained a website at the time. So I knew what his motorcycle looked like and his helmet looked like. Obviously I know what he looked like. So we're in line to go through the bridge, through customs, and up to the right of me pulls up is Neil Peart, the drummer of Rush, sitting right there for like 5 minutes as we're going up. Like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Really? That's really cool.
It's nice and smooth once you get above the thermals.
So peaceful.
Yeah. You ever heard of Turnip Rock? So there's a interesting feature, it's always on when you ever see the stupid slideshows of, cool places to see in all 50 states and all this other bullshit. It shows up on there a lot, which is right off the tip of the thumb up here somewhere. I've never seen it, but it's a big, basically erosion has washed away this tiny little island that sticks up out of the Lake Huron. And it's probably, just judging from the pictures, it's probably 15 feet or so high out of there, and it, like I said, it's kind of a conical shape from the bottom outward. But anyway, it's a tourist photo op. A lot of people take kayaks or whatever out to, and it's supposed to be just off the shore.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is it.
Private land all around it.
Yep. Yep, that's definitely it.
Like cool.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Kind of surprised that it's still smooth at this altitude, but then again, there's snow on the ground. So that'll stop the thermals from forming, so we'll have to see what happens once we get south of the snow.
Sending confirmation, Quebec automated weather observation 1553 Zulu, wind 290.15, gust 20, visibility 10.
There's a possibility I might be driving you back to your car.
Please caution for normal birds and...
We'll see when we get there.
Why is that?
The winds were, I'm trying to check the winds because I know they're supposed to pick up throughout the day, but they're supposed to pick up, but they're supposed to go more and more out of the south as the day goes on. Pontiac was reporting
dew point -7, altimeter 301.
Straight crosswind. That's more crosswind than this airplane can handle. Which, if that's the case, then I may have to just fly to Willow Run and drive you back.
Quebec automated weather observation 1553 Zulu, wind 290.15, gust 20, visibility 10.
Yeah. So at this point, we're only like 8 minutes away. So it's not worth it to climb to get out of the bump, so it's probably just going to be bumpy the rest of the way.
Okay.
I'll probably keep it at this altitude until as long as possible. As the bumps are at least intermittent here, but when I came in earlier, man, down low, I was just getting the shit kicked out of me. God, stuck in thermals, man. The airplane does not want to come down. The flag seems to favor landing to the north. The windsock seems to favor landing to the north as well. Field gas on, pulse tank, fuel pumps on, undercarriage coming down.
November 536, Sierra Papa.
Sure is Richard up.
27 straight in.
Props full forward.
Elma traffic,
Seatbelts on? Seatbelt. Alright. Told you it's bumpy.
The traffic, Archer 36046, base 26.
Romeo traffic, Mooney 16 Delta Romeo, turning left base 36, Romeo. Romeo traffic, Mooney 16 Delta Romeo, turning final 36, Romeo. Oh, little bump in the runway there. Did it.
Thanks for smooth landing.
Well, it was a handful, that's for sure, but it wasn't too bad.
A little green around the gills here, but
That's what I kind of figured when you took your hat off. Should have told you there's barf bags behind the seats, but yeah, I told you it was a little bumpy.
all good, man.
All right, everybody, that was interesting. John got a little sick. Ended up not throwing up, but I warned him. I actually asked him before the flight. It's like, hey, you prone to motion sickness? Because it is bumpy as hell out there down low. And like, no, never had a problem with it. I could tell when he took his hat off there that he was feeling it. I tried to get in as fast as possible before he threw up all over my plane. But anyway, a little bit funny. So it's going to be bumpier than hell on the way back to Willow Run, underneath Detroit Metro's airspace, so it's going to be low and getting rocked around, so hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, power's full. Engine instruments are good, airspeed's alive. Up on 65. Positive rate. Gears down. Well, that was much easier going into the wind rather than a severe gusty crosswind. Well, it's been a while since I've flown. That's for sure. It's been quite a while. I mean, it's did like one joyride or something like that about 3-4 weeks ago. Other than that, the weather's been pretty rough. But that's it. A little bit of a joyride. Probably ain't gonna edit down to too much of a video, but maybe be a little bit fun watching John get nauseous. Anyway, that's it for now. See you guys later.
Hey, November 8 Delta Charlie, runway